Hi, this is Tom Kane, the voice of Jedi Master Yoda. And this is Inside the Force. Listen, you will. Foreseen it I have, yes.
It is a period of Star Wars mania, as new movies, comic books, novels, and TV shows populate the system. Fueled by their love and passion for the galaxy far, far away, two exceptional geeks tap into hundreds of holocrons in order to bring you the knowledge and insight of all things Star Wars. Come and join them as they go inside the Force.
And we're back, everybody. How are you? Dave Cottingham here with Casey Cooley.
Hello, everybody.
And this is Inside the Force, where we're talking about that galaxy far, far away. And we're gearing up less than 80 days from the Force Awakens.
Sounds better if you say like almost 2 months away.
Almost 2 months away.
It's crazy.
Oh
Super
my gosh,
crazy.
can't even.
Yeah.
It's every day. I'm telling you, every day I feel like I'm
We do
more and
feel
more
it,
excited.
yeah.
It's like, and I don't know if you've done it, but like I've actually just envisioned sitting in the theater, like
A little bit.
Oh my god, what am I really going to be sitting and watching Star Wars again?
I try to think of like what's it going to be like after I see it. Like have like April of next year is like I've seen Star Wars 7 like many times already. Like it's like, you know, it's part of my life now. So it's gonna be weird. Everything will be known. All the movies will be known as either pre Star Wars 7 or post Star Wars 7. Like it's revolutionary. This moment.
And I don't think we've mentioned it this much to an extent, but now, like you, I mean, you because of your job, you're going to be pretty much that's your last day of
December
the school.
18th
It's
is-
December 18th.
Yeah, last day of the semester.
I'm actually, that is my last day of work over the holiday too, because I
Yeah.
usually take off. So how many times are we actually going to go see it during the holidays?
My plan, let's see. I mean, ideally, yeah. Okay, let's think. I'm just gonna count my head for that. Now, I was thinking like if
Now you go back to work when? January?
like that's like the first Monday, and I guess it depends on
I think it's
leap year or whatever. But it's like usually the 5th, 6th, 7th around there.
I think it's the 4th.
4th,
Yeah.
it'd be the 4th.
Yeah, because the 1st is on a Friday.
We get 2 weeks.
Yes,
of
that's
winter
just
break.
2 full weeks.
Yeah.
So how many times in 2 full weeks
Oh,
are we going to
gosh.
see?
Well, if they do indeed have it like set at the 8 o'clock in the evening before kind of thing, you know.
Well, we're definitely doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
You're definitely doing that.
I'm definitely doing it, but like,
17th.
have they? I mean, I'm assuming they're doing that.
Oh, yeah.
They are doing that, right?
They will
Yeah,
do that.
okay.
I think that's pretty inevitable.
I'm going to try to see it, you know, as early as I can that day, and maybe if I can immediately afterwards. I don't know. We'll just see what times they have, and if it's possible, it might be only on one screen. I don't know. So, you know, maybe once or twice that Thursday. I'm being very ambitious. Definitely a couple times on Friday, if I can.
Couple times on
I'm
Friday?
going to try.
Wow.
Like immediately after school, I'm going to run to the theater, see it at least once. I mean, I got to see it Friday. If I could see it again the second time, maybe with some friends or something like that, I will. Won't be able to see it Saturday. I'll have to see it Sunday.
Saturday's out? Why Saturday?
I'm shooting a wedding. Saturday. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Someone's got married on Star Wars weekend?
Yes, it's insane. But
It better be a Star Wars themed.
I'm gonna be I'll be Star Wars geared up somehow that day. But Sunday, I'll see it definitely Sunday. And then I don't know how else to do it. I mean, when Christmas is like what?
The Friday.
That following Friday, I
Yeah.
guess. So, jeez,
I
Louise.
actually want to go see it on Christmas Day.
I will be in Louisville most likely Christmas Day, so I'll maybe see it with my brother-in-law. He'll love it. He'll love to see it too. So I'll probably make a family thing out of it. But I mean, I want to say 10 times. I don't know, man. I want to say.
I think at least 10 times.
Yeah, I just feel like.
I mean, for real. So I'm definitely seeing it Thursday night,
Yeah.
the 17th. I'm definitely seeing it Friday afternoon because I'll just flat out say we're getting a theater.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing it Friday afternoon. I will probably try to meet up with you Friday night again if I know what showing you're going to.
Yeah.
And then I told Brooke I'm going to take her on the 19th on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because and it works out for me on Friday night because Sam is having
Birthday?
a sleepover.
Friday night, she is?
Yes,
With her
it's a friend's sleepover. That's
Yeah.
her birthday, kind of friend's birthday.
Yeah.
So Saturday, me and Brooke will go see it, and then Sunday is Sam's actual birthday.
Yeah.
So I probably won't be able to see it Sunday.
Yeah.
And then so that's probably 4 times in 3 days, right there.
Yeah.
And then I mean,
We'll see. We'll just
in 2 weeks, that's at least still these 2 full weeks.
Yeah. When a break is.
If I see it every other day, that's 7 more times. I mean,
Yeah. Oh
so
my gosh. I just gotta
that's
save
about 10,
money.
11 times I anticipate for sure.
I don't know what I'm getting everybody for Christmas. I have no idea. Besides Star Wars tickets, I don't know.
Besides, just Force Awakens toys.
Yeah, just like
what are you talking about?
You're getting cheaper gifts this year because I'm saving money for Star Wars tickets, people. So, no, like some of my students are even saying like, you know, how many times I'm going to watch it, whatever. If I'm getting excited, they suggested to me that they want to have like Star Wars viewings like after school, like throughout the month of December or whatever, like the week of.
Oh yeah.
Sure, why not?
Oh, that's what we're doing.
Let's do it.
The whole month of December, we're playing the
Yeah.
playing at the office. So
crazy.
Okay, just want to digress there a little
Yeah.
bit. We're excited, obviously, about the movie, and in conjunction with that, that's all we're due here is talk about Star Wars. So, of course, we get into the news and get into what's happening on the movie front first. Case, I don't think there's really much. There's obviously, which I'm completely shocked with what happened with Force Friday and all this stuff that came out in September.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get anything about the freaking movie, really.
Right.
I mean, I figured that was going to be some more marketing, but I guess they're holding out till. It sounds like they're holding out till maybe sometime around when Rebels premieres again, but maybe until Thanksgiving. You think?
Maybe because there's talks of a new trailer for episode 7 this month.
Yes.
A rumor for that. And I was just looking through some headlines here. There's rumors about a new Force Awakens featurette in October. So I think we will get something this month, maybe in a couple weeks, whether it's another little trailer. I think even Abrams said we'll get one sometime in the fall. Maybe it's November or October or whatever. It's all fall. So
And that's the thing. It's just going to all of a sudden show up.
yeah, absolutely.
And you're like, what the?
Slay. I mean, yeah. So I think we'll get one more thing this month. But yeah, I mean, I can't imagine it. Besides maybe like little. Do you think they'll have more like little spots, teasers, little 60-second, 30-second spots?
Well, there'll be TV spots. Yes.
Yeah. So
there'll be 30-second TV spots, but I don't think those will have
anything too crazy.
Anything crazier than what's in the trailer. Just shortened trailers. And this trailer, I guess we'll kind of maybe wait to really speculate on it, but I actually went back. What I did over the last couple of weeks, I actually went back and paid attention to what we got in the Star Trek trailers that Abrams did, just to see how much what he revealed. You know what I mean? And you can obviously tell in the second one, in Into Darkness, that he was trying to completely hide the Khan aspect. Right? He was just. It was all about Kirk messing up and not being
trying to be a hero,
and not obeying by the rules.
And
it was really good.
Yeah.
So I really wonder if we really get any footage of the original cast. I really don't know if we're going to get that much of that. I think we may get more Han and Chewie.
Yeah.
Because I think they're a big focal point of the movie. And more Rey, and finally hear Finn talk and all this stuff. I think we're going to hear more dialogue, obviously.
Right.
But I really don't. And plus, my speculation is that I don't think Luke is even in the movie that much. But I think that I don't think we're going to get much of Luke, Leia, and the meat of the story. I think it's just going to be kind of what we see, just a little. What we see, which is the issue that happens on Jakku, and just a little bit more circumstances of that. I think that's it.
And that's all you need to really show. I mean, there's plenty of action to where you can only focus on the first act, like Jakku stuff. I don't think you need to show little pieces throughout the whole entire movie, like a lot of trailers do. You know, like Terminator Genesis. You know, revealing a huge part. You know, just show like a little bit. You know, like the Mission Impossible Rogue Nation trailer. Like they just a lot of that was focused on
Yeah.
the plane thing. A lot of gimmicks that were early on in the film. So I hope they do the same thing with these Star Wars trailers that we only see.
That was early on. I never seen it.
Well, I just always heard and read that plane thing. And
Is early on in the
it's
movie?
like the first scene, like one of the first sequences of the film.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah.
it's like it's a huge moment, but it's like it happens early on.
Yeah.
So I hope they do the same thing with Star Wars.
That's why I noticed they do that with this complete side. They do that a lot with TV shows. All the previews you see in TV shows,
Yeah.
it's like the first scene in the
Yeah.
in the show. So,
So I hope they
Arrow
do
does that a lot.
Yeah,
anyway.
true.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's what I think. I think it's going to be about a 2.5 minute trailer, but
Do you think we'll see anything of the original cast, like just glimpses?
I think glimpses.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I don't think we're going to hear him talk.
Yeah, I think we'll see like
Except Han.
Leia, Han saying some more cool stuff.
Because Han, like you see when you see all the magazines and the pictures, it's
Yeah.
always them,
Yeah.
as in Han, Chewie, Finn, and Rey in the cockpit of the Falcon and on different things. And I obviously think that they're involved with that showing up on Jakku with them or rescuing them or somehow,
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see more of their interaction.
Yeah.
But honestly, I would not be surprised if there's not a single shot of Luke.
Yeah, I just think it's so interesting that Han Solo has become such a beloved character, and they're like almost celebrating the fact that Han Solo's in this more so than Luke and Leia at this point. Like Han or Harrison Ford was in the Vanity Fair shoot. We didn't see anybody else in the Vanity Fair shoot. Like you said, like all the advertisements, you always see Han and Chewie. Like it's always them and them and them. Like they're probably a big part of the story, but it's also I think they're just like showing like, hey, Harrison Ford's back. We know he'd never want to do a Star Wars again for a while, but now he's back, and we're gonna use him because he's like we're celebrating.
Well, let's face it. I don't think there's a bigger star in the movie.
No, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like, but also, it seems like maybe they're focusing less on.
Has he? He hasn't won an Academy Award, has he?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But like, because they're focusing less on Luke and Leia or Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, in a way that's also hyping them up as well.
Right.
It's like, where are they? Where are they? I want to see. We got to see them.
Absolutely.
And I think that payoff is gonna be huge.
I agree.
It's they're doing a fantastic job.
They are.
It's so perfect.
I mean, it's funny because there's so much more Star Wars out there right now.
Yeah.
That's how you market this movie is with everything else.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really have to market the movie.
Right.
You're marketing Rebels, you're marketing novels, comics, all these Force Awakens journey publishing, materials. I mean, that's all the marketing materials you need. You don't even have to do anything with the movie. So unlike when Episode 3 was coming out, that's all you had was Episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have anything else to really push the movie over.
Right.
So you had to do, Pepsi products and get a deal with Burger King and all this stuff. You know what I mean?
These little toys and cereal boxes,
which still may happen right now, but it doesn't seem like it's going to. I don't know. I don't know if there's a food partner or somebody in there that I'm sure they want to be, but because I don't think they do that with any of the Marvel movies, really, right?
Food stuff. I can only think like do like Happy Meal stuff. They didn't even do that.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think they had anything with McDonald's.
I
see
see some Star Wars cereals now. They actually have like a brand of Star Wars cereals.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Episode 7.
Yeah, Force Awakens stuff. I haven't seen it really.
Yeah, but like Ant-Man, I don't remember seeing products. I don't remember seeing besides toys.
Yeah.
Just regular toys. I don't remember seeing like a like a Burger King or something like that pushing it, or like a Diet Pepsi with cans and stuff like that. I don't actually. I think Dr. Pepper had Age of Ultron because I remember I bought that for Brooke. She drank Diet Dr. Peppers. And I think Age of Ultron was on that. Yeah. So I guess there is something. I don't know. I haven't seen any Star Wars ones. Anyway,
might.
So yeah, it's pretty rare though. That a movie this big only gets 2 little quick teasers and possibly 1 trailer.
Yeah.
Which just means that. Well, I guess it hasn't even. We don't even know running time of the movie yet.
No.
Holy cow!
I want it to be so long.
I want it to be like half the day,
like a real time. I want it to be a real time movie. I want to sit there for if a movie takes over, course of a week. I want to sit there for a week.
Yeah, no kidding.
Come on,
right?
would
Well,
pay
let's
money.
throw out a guess out there. What do you think is now? Every movie,
guesses?
so far is over 2 hours.
Yeah.
The longest, obviously, is episode 3.
Yeah.
I think it's 2:30.
Yeah, about a little over 2:30.
Yeah, 2:32 or something.
It's
like that.
safe to say. I think it's safe to say 2:15. 2:15.
2:15 to 2:20 is what
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Yeah, yeah.
Of course, I hope it's longer, but I think because it's like maybe the first Star Wars in a while, it's about 2:15 is what I would say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good number.
Uh,
That's good. It's good.
And it's a magic number.
So anyway, I think so movie wise, I'm just gonna elaborate on that, but TV wise, Rebels. The only thing I kind of want to drop, obviously, the premiere is coming up in a couple weeks. October 14th is the premiere of season 2 of Star Wars Rebels. 9:00 Eastern on Disney XD. So check that out. And the only thing I want to say is I want to kind of touch on this rumor. Did you see this?
Maybe.
That Sarah Michelle Gellar is rumored to be joining the Star Wars Rebels cast.
I thought it was confirmed. I've heard that, but I thought I read it was.
She's confirmed, but who she's playing is a rumor.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, I haven't heard that.
So, yes, she is coming to the show.
Yeah.
But she actually posted a cryptic message on her Instagram.
Yeah.
And what it says on her Instagram is, I'm super excited to announce that I will be on the Star Wars Rebels panel at New York Comic Con on October 8th, 1 p.m. on the Empire stage. Hope to see you there. Now, whatever should I wear?
Let's see what she wears. What? No.
Is she Princess Leia?
I mean, that's exactly what it looks like there. I I hope that's just like being, cheeky with like, I'm gonna dress as Princess Leia.
You don't think she's gonna be on the show?
We
talked about her being on the show.
I think Princess Leia is definitely a possibility to be on the show. But I'm just saying that's crazy that she would basically reveal that there, unless it's just like I just want to dress up as Princess Leia, which I think it could just be like I'm just playing with you guys kind of thing. But I think it's very possible.
That is very revealing. I'm not sure they would allow her to do that.
Yeah, I think it would have been taken down at this point. Maybe I don't know. That's pretty nuts.
But I think that'd be. I mean,
That's fine.
it's got to be inevitable if she's going to show up on the show. I think it's inevitable because with Bail already being shown,
Yeah.
Leia at this point would be 15, right? She's basically Ezra's age.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, because they both were born.
They're same age.
born on Empire Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, yeah. Wow, is that right?
Yeah.
Or was Padme born a little later?
I mean,
Leia,
I guess. I mean, I wouldn't say too much later, if at all. Yeah.
So Empire Day. Oh, it was a little later.
A little, because they had the fight, and then
because Empire Day was when after Mace got killed.
Yeah.
And he's
in the Senate.
He gets to the Senate, and he basically declares the Empire. Right. That's when the Empire is born. So Padme's not even. She hadn't not even gone to Mustafar yet, obviously.
Right.
So, probably maybe a few days later, a couple days later. But anyway, they're about the same age.
Yeah.
So 15 years or so.
Yeah.
She's 15 years old. I
think that'd be really cool.
I think it'd be cool. But she's obviously in the political world already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just read it, right? Yeah, last week or
last week. Yeah, so she's
actually no, that we did Padme last week. Sorry.
Oh, it's Padme. Yeah,
but Leia should still be. I would think if it's any indication of how young Padme started.
She's been in it, for a while. So anyway, that's the only kind of Rebels talk I want to mention besides obviously the premiere. So. Mm-hmm. So you got something about you wanted to talk a little bit about this web comic, I think, right?
I guess that's what you would call it.
That's what they're touting it.
And I didn't even hear about this until today when it just got released. But I saw this on StarWars.com. It's basically it's like a digital story essentially. So if you go to their website, it's like right there on the homepage. Basically, they're calling it a new take on the original trilogy. The online company called Line Webtoons. Line Webtoons. It's a digital Star Wars comic. and it's essentially the saga, the Star Wars saga, being retold like never before. It says this is Luke Skywalker's point of view. And it says comic, and it kind of reads like a comic, but the way they have it laid out on these on their website is just different. It's like basically one long page, so you kind of keep scrolling down, and it just takes you kind of one or two panels at a time going through the story. Really, I mean, it's really cool. I liked it. I like the art. So they released the first 3 issues today. Every Thursday and Sunday, they're going to keep releasing issues of this comic. It doesn't say how long it's going to last, but it's going to go through the 4, 5, and 6 stories. So it's created by the writer-artist Hong Jack. I have no idea how to say that last name. I apologize. But it's told from this perspective of Luke Skywalker as he grows up on Tatooine and just recreates pretty much all the scenes from the movies. But they add new stuff to it, which is interesting. I definitely read through it at some point. I'm trying to see if I can bring it up here really quickly. The website's kind of slow at times. But like it starts off, the first issue starts off, Luke Skywalker's like 7, and then he goes to like 9, and then like 13, 16, 17, 19, that kind of stuff. You know, him growing up, and the first 3 issues focus a lot between the relationship of Owen and Luke, kind of establishing like that father figure thing. It's very cool. I just don't know if it's canon or not. I'm assuming it is canon because I do not see Legends written anywhere on here. You know, there are definitely some stuff here that are added, especially when he's a lot younger. There's a story. There's a part in the first issue where Luke is with a friend of his, a female friend, and they're going riding through the desert or something like that, and they get caught. They get attacked by a crate dragon, and Obi-Wan Kenobi saves them. That story is an old EU story, like from way, way back when. And I guess they took that story and basically retold it in this webcomic. So that's why I'm thinking maybe this is canon, and they just kind of made that story officially canon. I don't know, but that's kind of like a cool. It's a very cool interaction between.
It's definitely canon. I think, like we talked about, everything that's coming out now is canon. Yeah. So and especially if it's on StarWars.com. Yeah. You know.
So I mean, I guess these stories are canon, and there's some really cool. Like it's like the first interaction between Luke and Obi-Wan. Because it made me think too, you know, how did he ever hear of old Ben Kenobi? This kind of tells you how he's heard of him. Mm-hmm. And there's a couple more things between Owen and Luke, that kind of stuff. Really cool stuff. But what's interesting is that they take some of the scenes that we know from the films and just change it just a little bit. They add a little bit of dialogue to it, or skim over some dialogue, or just completely add totally new information to the whole scene. There's one in particular when Obi-Wan is talking to Luke about his father and going into like he was a good pilot, he was a good friend. Like he tells him his name. He says Anakin Skywalker in this scene, in this issue here. So it's basically the scene from episode 4 where Obi-Wan and Luke are in Obi-Wan's little hut talking about the Clone Wars and all that kind of stuff. And Obi-Wan in this issue says, your father's Anakin Skywalker. You are the son of Anakin Skywalker. And he was a great pilot. And it's really cool. As he's talking about it, you actually see some art of Anakin from episode 3, kind of like his back. It's really cool stuff. I mean, read the first 3 issues, definitely. The next ones will be released this Sunday. I can only imagine they'll keep doing this kind of style of like adding to it and changing a little bit. It's just so weird why they're kind of doing that, why they're like changing it a little bit. I mean, it's not like destroying the story or anything like that. It's just it's conflicting with the movie, you know. So it's weird, but yeah, I like it though. It's cool.
So it's conflicting,
as in like it's like adding more to it essentially. So like some of the dialogue, some of the little moments here and there, it's just adding little lines, that kind of stuff. So, but since it's like from Luke's perspective, I guess he just sees it differently. I don't know, but like adding things like saying Anakin Skywalker, you know, but it always begs the question, you know. How did Luke ever find out the name Anakin Skywalker? Mm-hmm. You know, who told him that originally? Because I never saw that in the movie. So maybe he did hear about it here. We just didn't see it in the movies. You know, there was just.
Well, I don't think his name is even mentioned until Return of the Jedi, right?
It is not.
Yeah.
Well, I guess did they say Anakin Skywalker? Does Emperor say Anakin Skywalker in Episode 5? Was that one of the things
No,
they
he
added
said
later?
he's the offspring of
I think they added later him saying Anakin Skywalker.
He did. That is later.
Because they kept adding to that scene a little bit in this Blu-ray version, I guess, or the DVD version.
The son of Scott, or the original one was the son of Skywalker cannot become a Jedi.
Yeah.
But I think in the new one he says the young rebel is the offspring of Anakin Skywalker.
Something
I think
like that.
that's what he said. I think he does say Anakin, but before it wasn't mentioned until Return of the Jedi,
right?
When Obi-Wan talks to him again, right?
Well, I remember when Luke confronts Vader on Endor, he's like saying, "Excuse me, you were once Anakin Skywalker, my father." But does it say it before?
I think Obi-Wan calls him Anakin when he's the Force Ghost before he leaves Dagobah.
Okay, yeah, I think you're right.
Because he says Anakin was a good, something like that. And he's like, when I first knew him, he did.
But
I think that was the first time you heard his name.
But it's just, I just want to sit down with Leland Chee, like just ask him some more have you ask him more questions because
I could ask Leland Chee.
Yeah,
I could have a conversation with him like for days.
Because these are essentially somewhat novelizations or comic.
So I just downloaded the app, which is Webtoon. If you search Webtoon on Apple or Google, you get it. And like you said, there's 3 issues right now, 3 episodes. I'm just getting a 9.4 rating right now.
That's really good. I love the art.
But
it's just so interesting how they're adding to it. So like at the first 3 issues, you're basically still in the first act of A New Hope. He just got the droids and he just was rescued by Obi-Wan.
So you go up and you go down. You don't go sideways.
Right. Yeah, you just keep going down and down and kind of just...
Yeah, I'm going to check that out. That's crazy.
It's pretty cool. I'm excited to see kind of what they go, what they keep adding to
See, that's the thing is, so I imagine this is canon just like those novels that are coming out.
Yeah.
That are basically a different perspective of 4, 5, and 6. There's probably going to be a lot in there that add dialogue or change dialogue of the movie. So I guess, I ultimately guess... You have to look at it as, even though they're different, basically they're different interpretations of the same story, right?
Yeah, I can't imagine they'll...
the story is still canon.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to change anything like Vader, like Luke gets his other hand cut off.
Yeah,
besides
totally.
This, or I don't think they'll change anything like that or whatever. I think it'll be just little variations like dialogue or little small moments, Or
add what about they might add like Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. He told me enough. You told me you killed him. No, he was wrong.
Yeah,
they may do that. Who knows?
Yeah,
they may add some things, but I mean
that's kind of what they did with this.
Probably not
little phrases.
Yeah. So, but does that change really? I mean, it kind of changes the impact, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe cinematically it would change it, but like no. Obi-Wan lied to you.
Yeah.
It's like,
in fact, let me
it.
correct him. It's like, wait, he goes into
you're dragging this. Yeah, you're dragging this out, man. Why? Because I am your father.
He is a liar and a liar. He's a liar, pants on fire. Let me explain.
No, I fought him on Mustafar.
Yeah,
and he cut my arms off
and my legs, and he pushed me.
He pushed me down. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Are you telling me you're my father? Yes, I am your father. Well, I figured it out. Thanks, man.
Yeah, way to soften the blow. Yeah, or like if they don't have him scream no in the thing,
right?
They may have him be like,
totally,
but cry or something.
But again, there's people out there that would have a problem with this.
I know some people who would. Yeah, like I know people who, if they could rip this iPad in half, like this is bullcrap, or rip that book that's coming out.
Yeah,
this is lame. Way to ruin my childhood again, Disney.
But practically every novelization of a movie is different.
A little bit, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's
variations.
There's definitely variations. So I'm kind of in that mindset where I wish there would only be one novelization of like the movie.
Yeah, keep it clean.
Yeah.
Just don't confuse us.
Right. And hopefully they will be, these are all kind of junior novels that are coming out.
Yeah.
So hopefully they do come out with an adult novelization.
F you, Vader.
Yeah.
I'm like, really adult novels.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if they're going to get there or not, but that's pretty cool. Okay. Other than that, we're going to have probably kind of a short episode here, but I just want to mention one thing before we sign off is, what Casey and I are actually planning to do. Not exactly sure. These are probably going to be special edition episodes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because they're going to be a little longer, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
What we're going to do leading up to The Force Awakens, we are actually going to do commentaries on the actual 6 movies that are out there.
Right.
Starting with episode 1. Right? That's how we said,
yeah,
right?
We're doing it chronological.
We're starting with episode 1, so we're not going to start with 4.
Suck it up, people.
Yeah, like you guys were thinking we were going to do. So yeah, at some point when I get back, and when I say back, I'm actually heading to Disney tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm going to see all kinds of Star Wars stuff. But I'm going to head to Disney tomorrow. So we're going to probably do a show late next week. When I get back, because there's actually plenty to talk about as far as the comic side. We got 4 books coming out next week. Mm-hmm. Vader number 10, Star Wars number 10, Lando number 5, and Shattered Empire number 2 will be out next week on Comic Book Day, October 7th. So I get back on the 8th. I'll get those to me and Casey, and we'll read those, and then we'll obviously review all those next week on the show, and then obviously whatever news coming up, and then we're getting ready. Just less than a week after that will be the premiere of Star Wars Rebels on Disney XD, October 14th. So. Mm-hmm. So anyway, sometime after I get back, we will sit down and record a commentary and do commentary on the movies. Pretty cool thing for you guys listening. Basically what you could do is just pop in the movie when we tell you to cue it up and follow along as we kind of give our takes. And this is really what we talked about. Is it's not going to be us talking really about too much of our experiences, but more about really what we like and dislike about the movies, and
just digging deep into it.
What we would, what we're confused about, what we are not confused about, what we love, what we hate, what we would have done differently, stuff like that. So really get into the making of the movie and what the movie has become, and surprising, I don't know, surprises. I hear a lot of different takes on it. For example, how much I love the intro of the clones and Attack of the Clones, and how much I really am not that interested in the in episode 4, the escape from the Death Star tractor beam thing after they, like that whole fighter scene. Like I could skip through that every time, So anyway, stuff like that. We'll get into it, right? All right. So other than that, kind of do our little canon piece here on our next location. What you got there, Case?
We're doing Coruscant. Coruscant. The C is silent.
Which is when we first started this podcast, all those, I think it was over 2 years ago. Yeah.
March of 2013.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Yeah, man.
Our first profile was Coruscant, Queen of the Core.
Queen of the Core, which I don't read that phrase here, so it might not be technically canon yet. We shall see. In a book, perhaps. Maybe they've got it in one of these books that are already out, and we just don't know, because I can't read. Anywho, Coruscant. It does say it's the heart of the galaxy.
Right.
Which is always been the case. It's the seat of government for the Galactic Republic and later the Empire. Its region is the core worlds. The sector is Coruscant subsector. Corsica sector. System is Coruscant. Primary terrain is an urban cityscape. So, talked about a lot here. Of course, the law stuff that you already know, how it's one giant city, pretty much. Interesting, though, it says over many thousands of years, the city kept getting built more and more and more. And again, we talked a lot about this actually on the show, how they kept adding to the cities and adding to the cities and layers and layers and layers. And originally the planet was actually kind of small. That was EU stuff. But it kind of is the same now, where it says Coruscant's surface has become completely buried under the foundations of immense, densely clustered skyscrapers. The enormous structures reach so high in the atmosphere that tenants, like these really tall buildings that you see in the films, that the tenants require piped-in purified gases for breathing in the kind of the upper level parts of the buildings, and because it's so high in the atmosphere, you just need to breathe. So only the rich can afford those high up apartments, of course. Then talks about, again, like below the surface, several kilometers down, the lower levels. Basically, it's a maze of alleys and impoverished dwellings, basically 1313, and all those thousands and thousands of layers that we know of, which is canon, which you saw in the Clone Wars. Talks about how it's got a lot of nightclubs, gaming houses, bars, entertainment establishes, all that kind of stuff. One thing I really liked, I've actually always wanted to know more about, is how the traffic works in Coruscant. Because how do they know where to drive? They're always in perfect lines. Like, how people can just I'm just going to veer off the line. I'm just going to drive this direction. It's plenty of room. So it says here that it's repulsor lift traffic. Basically, most skylanes, not all of them, but most are auto-navigated. So a vehicle is traveling on pre-programmed routes.
Yeah.
To minimize collision. So that makes sense. But, of course, you don't have to do that, because we saw in episode 2 that crazy chase through Coruscant. So you don't have to be auto-programmed to travel wherever you need to travel. So the bigger ships get up top. The smaller ships go on the bottom. A little more organized. And then it talks about the kind of the industrial sector. Whenever we saw in the prequels where Sidious and Dooku kind of have their little meetings in that kind of industrial part where it's all red and has those like electric power lines going through all over the place or whatever. That used to be, like, as I said, the industrial manufacturing center, but then it got so poisonous there that they had to go off-world for it, so now all those things are just abandoned old factories, old warehouses, and that's kind of why Darth Sidious and Dooku kind of had their meetings there. Oh, and yeah, that's pretty much it. The rest of it by just watching the films or the TV shows and reading the books, but that is Coruscant. Very cool. I hope we see it in the new films. That would be like the perfect bridge gap for me for the prequels and the originals, to see the original characters in Coruscant.
Yes,
like, that would be just so cool.
That would be freaking awesome.
Talking about Coruscant, maybe seeing the old Jedi Temple, that kind of stuff.
That is true. Just a real quick, looks like a real quick news that just came across here. I don't think this is revealing too much, but apparently Kathleen Kennedy. There's a story on Kathleen Kennedy doing an interview for some magazine,
some publication, whatever.
But anyway, she was asked. She was asked about the storylines of where the episodic movies versus the anthology movies. Mm-hmm. And she distinguished between the saga movies and the upcoming anthology films. She stated, quote, "The saga films focus on the Skywalker family saga. The stories follow a linear narrative that connects to the previous 6 films. The Force Awakens follows Return of the Jedi and continues that generational story." So basically that's what this article is saying. I mean, she's basically confirming that that the Skywalker Skywalker family is continued on in the movies, and the speculation of who's a Skywalker or who's a whatever is out there. So anyway,
very cool.
Okay.
Cool.
That'll do it for us and Inside the Force. Thanks for checking us out and listening. We are InsideTheForce.com, Twitter, Facebook, Inside the Force. Casey over there is Kryptonian1138 on Twitter. I am D Cottingham21. Like we said, less than 80 days, about 2 months away from Star Wars The Force Awakens. Can't even contain ourselves. All right, so like I said, next week we will be reviewing some comics. Got 4 of them coming out next week, big batch of them. And then, of course, leading up to the premiere of Season 2 of Star Wars Rebels. Great stuff coming.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, he is, actually, for Casey Cooley.
The entire planet is one big city. Little quote from Rick Oley.
Rick Oley.
Rick Oley. Good guy.
Uncle Rick.
Good guy, Rick. He's a good all stories, that guy.
Yeah.
Little wartime stories. But yeah, a little short quote today.
Yeah. I don't do quotes, so that's not it.
I don't quote
I was thinking of something, but anyway.
I mean, honestly, I couldn't. It's hard. It's starting to get hard to find quotes. I mean, not sort of. Like I'm trying to go for a little more obscure, lesser known quotes. But still
good deal.
Quote.
Good deal. All right, guys. Thanks for checking us out. He's Casey.
Goodbye, everybody.
I'm Dave, and may the Force be with you.
This has been a production of the 21 Network. For more great podcasts, visit 21network.com. To view additional content, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/21network. Follow us on Twitter at 21network for the latest news and updates. The 21 Network, for the fan and all of us.